Hi, it's Russ Payton with Roleplaying Public Radio. This is Cointract Island, Episode 10, our Fate Core action horror campaign. In the last session, our intrepid heroes, protagonists, escaped from the neighborhood, took down the accelerators and their booster chimera, and got to Crocs, the resort. The resort, of course, is one of the few, possibly the only sanctuary, free from the chaos surrounding Cointract Island. But instead of outright craziness, there's covert action and weirdness going on. So the twins lawyers, Roger and Rachel, are of Cointract DAO, the Cointract company that owns the island and set everything up, have asked our heroes to go to meet them for dinner. And it's not really a question. It's not really, there's not really an option to say no. But Claire, the tech reporter, has finally got her sat phone, made contact with her editor, and realized this is the story of the century. So she really wants all of you to get her to the VIP tower where the coin club is, also the nightclub. Find out what's going on, because there seems to be a very hostile takeover between factions of Cointract. So there's a lot of intrigue and shady things going on. Also, Levant Smith, someone from Indy's background, showed up and made her a job offer. There's a lot going on here at the resort, even though it seems actually peaceful for once. So as we begin, it is minutes away. You need to all go up to the penthouse soon to meet Roger and Rachel for dinner. Now, obviously, if you don't do that, there will be consequences. So, Claire obviously is not invited. It's just the three of you. In fact, Claire's just thought of as a tourist. The fact that she is a reporter is not known. She is undercover. So, so I guess we'll begin. The three of you. Let's see here. Felicia, where are you in the resort? You any of the elevators will take you out to the penthouse. So it's not, you're not very far from getting to the penthouse, but where do you want to be discussing your plans at this point?
I feel like we were in the elevator, right? I thought we were in the elevator and we were
on the way up.
Yeah.
Okay. So the three of you are.
I knew we went somewhere secluded a little bit to.
You did go to Claire's room to talk things out.
Right.
And that's when she told you, this is the story of the century. All of you could be rich if if you can get Claire the story, you'll become part of the story, and you can become celebrities, and also get the media rights for your story would be worth millions on their own. Not to mention what the media, the cable the media outlets will pay for the story. So plus whatever footage and photos and other things you can get. It's a really good. So she's made you a deal. She's made you an offer. And now, the three of you. How are you dressed up, Felicia, for this?
This is like near the place where I usually work, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think I could just go to my locker, right, and get my like fancy clothes out.
Yeah. What are your fancy clothes like?
So it's probably like vest and slacks and button-up kind of thing, like very classy.
Oh, classy bartender.
Have to make a quick alteration for the tail, of course.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you haven't been back to work since the final operation. And Aava. There is a little boutique clothing store, and all of you do have enough petty cash to buy some new threads if you wanted to dress up. Or you could just stay in your same, blood and sweat soaked clothes and dirt. You did run through the forest at night. Yeah.
I should probably buy something nice.
Yeah. So what is Ava's preferred aesthetic for a nice dinner?
Well, I wouldn't say that it is appropriate for a nice dinner, but she thinks it is.
Mm-hmm.
maybe some too revealing clothes, maybe a little,
Accentuate that cybernetic arm.
yeah, accentuate the cybernetic arm.
Was this like
She's
evening
maybe
dress,
made
like
some-
topless evening dress, or what do you call it? Where you have the bare shoulders, like
Yeah, I think that works.
Yeah.
I think she's found something that's nice and in a nice black dress.
yeah. There's
Yeah,
there-
backless is a little different from topless.
yeah. Sorry, backless. Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing where the shoulders are bared, like
Mm-hmm.
There's some clerks there. They have literally nowhere else to go. They had an apartment near the welcoming center, and they can't get back there. So they just sleep there now. So they had nothing to do rather than to help you get some nice clothes.
Yeah.
So you get a nice dress, and heels, or you can have sensible flats, whatever you want. And Indy, what about you?
What brand do the twins wear?
Armani.
Armani. Anybody got Armani here? They got maybe like, all right, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Can I scam myself a nice fucking Armani suit?
Well, I mean, you do have enough money between all the things you've gotten.
Money. Why spend money whenever you can spend something else?
Well, okay, so how are you going to skate? There is a clerk there, and they are...
Listen,
Yeah.
Claire.
Yeah?
I might be able to get you the fucking... You got the scoop of the century. I'm gonna get you... What's bigger than a century? Millennium? I don't know. I got the opportunity, but I need to look right.
Okay.
All right? Can I borrow your credit card?
No.
I'll give it back.
Well, no, for what?
I just gotta take a pop down to the clothing store. Look at me. I'm in rags.
Yeah, but I'm undercover. I don't have like an all paid expense account. Like there's like
Oh my god, you got cash on you? Come on.
I've got like $200.
I mean, that's obviously not gonna be enough.
Yeah. Claire,
What, $200? Do you think I'm a fucking chump?
I spent most of my like money on the room.
Hey,
Yeah.
we'll get it refunded.
I don't think they'll be too happy about that. Also, I don't want to be homeless in this. Like, I think they might kick us out if I try and like get my money back.
Ah, God, fine. All right, give me the $200.
Okay, here. I'll have to hit an ATM for another $200, and that's then I'm about tap. I mean, I've seen you all have taken like a lot of money from various sources. Like, you could sell that thing you got from the supermarket, right?
Yeah, well, that's money that's well spent. Don't worry about it. All right, that money is already accounted for.
Okay. Yeah. Here.
Look. You're an investigative journalist. You ever done any like Fortune 500 investigating? We're investing here.
Well,
all right, that's what this is.
Yeah, but the whole point when you're undercover is to not draw attention to yourself.
No shit, but being undercover, you gotta have cover in the first place, and that's what I'm doing.
Okay, look that. Well, okay, here I
God, you're trying to.
Okay.
This is why I give you a hard time, Claire. All right, and now I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna go to the fucking Armani store.
Mm-hmm.
What a sentence! I'm gonna go to the Armani store, and the scam starts before you're in the door. You walk up with the swagger and everything.
Mm-hmm.
You start bossing the dude around, and I'm gonna try to do a fucking like folding scam, basically, wherever I hold the bills in such a way and count them in such a way that I make the dude think that I have more than I have.
Okay. All right. Yeah. This would definitely be, what is it? Deceive? I believe it's deceive.
Has this dude met me before?
He is not. Yeah.
Oh, baby.
Yeah.
So, all right. So despite the dice, that is still like a 4 or a 5.
All right, he is pretty sharp. This is pretty high end, so I'm giving him +2.
All right.
So you got a 3. What'd you get again?
Minimum 4.
Okay, with a 4, you'll be able. You're not going to be able to get like the top end stuff. You can get like the cheapest. You can get the cheapest Armani thing. Like, yeah.
All right.
Like it's a multiplier of your existing $200, but like it's a multiplier.
All right, right.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. I'll get dressed up in whatever Armani shit I can and fucking palm anything else that's loose in the store.
Let's see here. Give me burglary checks. See what else you can get.
I want a nice watch.
Yeah.
Give me a nice watch. So that's gonna be. Let me. My character sheet closed for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
I realize naming my character index draw table with a notation and everything does not make it the most searchable.
Yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh. I appreciate the commitment to character building, though. You know.
When I was saving it, I very had a shooting worry. Like, did I just fuck my computer? But probably not. All right, so that's gonna be a 4.
All right. Yeah, you get a watch. It's a nice watch.
All right.
It's not a high roller watch though. Those are behind the counter. Like those are behind the counter. You can see.
You got to be a Kickstarter backer to get one of those or whatever.
Yeah. You gotta be flashing 6 figures at a minimum before they take them out of the case behind the counter.
All right, but I'm fucking dressed to the nines as far as normal people are considered.
Yeah. I mean, Roger and Rachel are definitely not going to be impressed by it. But you know, whatever. Yeah.
No, I don't want to impress them. I want to have something in common with them.
Okay. The 3 of you meet up, head to the elevator, push the penthouse, and you're soon there. You can see the former elegance. It is definitely styled as summer casual elegant business executive. Large open areas. There's a pool table. There's a very well furnished liquor cabinet made of tropical very high end wood. It is refined, elegant, and now just cluttered with like armored cases for gear. There's a couple. There's a table. The pool table has a bunch of guns in various stages of assembly. They have maps pinned to the wall casually. It has been turned into an impromptu command center for the military operation. Now it looks like it has just been cleared. They probably had a bunch of the mercenaries here planning and working to organize and coordinate various missions. But they cleared it, and then they have set a very elegant dinner up. It is Polynesian French fusion. It is very high end and elegant, and it smells absolutely delicious. So, and they are sitting at the table. They have one of their underlings there. Let's see here. I believe it is Deb Perlman, Roger's assistant. She is there in the background waiting. They also have a literal butler there, and they are already pouring wine for all 3 of you. So they welcome you and sit down and don't even talk business at first. They just say, "Oh, you must be absolutely famished. Here you go." They're very gracious hosts at first. So how was we'll just go to each of you. Felicia, how are you reacting to this very warm welcome? Did you expect this?
No, but there's free food,
and
she can't resist free food.
Yeah,
I think she's gonna go after that. She's like, free food.
Yeah. What kind of dish would you like the most out of this? You can just make something up, but like it is very gourmet.
Oh god! So it's just a bunch of sashimi, right?
Yeah, of course.
Because we had that tuna knife earlier, and she's like, tuna.
Yeah. The Rachel said it was caught only a few days ago. So not as fresh as it. It was not caught today, unfortunately. The fishing boats have understandably stopped coming, but it has. We were happy that you like it so much. We would hate for it to go to waste. And so, Roger pays you a compliment, Aava. It's like, what a splendid evening dress. You look quite elegant, I have to say.
Thank you. I don't often get a chance to dress up.
I understand you sort of work in the trenches of IT. I can understand. Work is a bit all-consuming for a lot of us, but it's nice to, even in the chaos of everything, to enjoy the nicer things once in a while. Don't you agree?
Oh, absolutely.
So, how are you reacting to this, Aava?
She is absolutely going straight for that food.
Okay, yeah. You burned a lot of calories to get here. You gotta replace them.
Yeah.
All right.
I think she'll look for some kind of nice, like, I don't know, maybe some kind of like chicken dish.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
I don't actually know a lot about Polynesian cooking.
Well, it's like in a nice, like, sweet sauce.
Yeah.
And it is absolutely delicious. It is absolutely to die for. Cooked to perfection, succulent, sweet, and savory at the same time. It's very good. And Indy, how are you reacting to all this? Rachel does say, I'm glad the Armani store was open. I'm happy to see that you've been able to replace any. I would imagine your original clothing was a bit worn from the road.
Little worse for wear. Loved, let's say.
Yes, excellent. I see your wit hasn't been damaged by your experiences.
Oh, not yet. Kicked in the head. Who knows how many times, and I can still count my tens and twos.
Good. Well, help yourself, please.
Oh, I don't mind if I do. I don't.
Oh, are you just picking at your food?
Uh-huh.
Okay. So, yeah, the each of you, you can either sort of like sit back and kind of assess things with an empathy check. You could try to use rapport to get some information casually, the elegant conversation from your two hosts. You could use notice to be scanning the room sort of and try and pick things out. So what's your focus as the dinner progresses before they clearly have some reason to invite?
I mean, they're whining and dining us. They're gonna fuck us.
Yeah. Well, yeah. What is your focus, Felicia?
Well, this sucks because I'm terrible at like notice, which would be the absolute best skill here. So instead, I think I'm gonna use empathy.
Mm-hmm.
Let's use empathy because I want to see if I can tell the moment they're trying to fuck us, or at least know when they're lying to us.
Okay, sure.
Or like, feeding us. Like, it doesn't necessarily have to be a lie, just like giving us bait or something. You know what I mean?
Sure.
All right, that's a 6.
All right, that's very good. Well, actually, they do get a deceive check because they do have really good poker faces. But they rolled like shit, so...
if you roll really high, you always win.
Yeah, and your opponent...
This is my strategy.
Yeah, a 2 to a -2. Yeah, that is a pretty big spread. And so they are clearly a bit tired. They're very fatigued. You can see bags under their eyes. There's a bit of a tremor in Roger's hands, probably from using uppers to stay up and stay focused. There's a bit of weariness in both their voices. They're trying to hide, which is interesting because that means they're trying to impress you, and to show that they're confident and able and that you should trust them. They're very much trying to convey that. They actually give a shit about your opinions of them, which is real interesting. So that's what you get for free. What else? You can ask a question, or you can hold on to it for now and wait. But you think you have a pretty good beat on them, at least right now. So
I think I'm going to hold on to it. I think I'm going to hold on to it and wait because I'm sure they're going to tip their hand eventually.
Yeah. Well, you're very certain that they're going to make a sales pitch to you. You don't know about what yet, but like it's coming. Like that much for sure. You get that for free with that roll. So Aava, you also with your cybernetics, I guess you could make let's see here, a burglary check to try and hack them surreptitiously. Do you have a cyber eye too, or is it just the arm and the leg?
Just the arm and the leg.
Yeah, so you wouldn't be able to.
I'd have to actively interface with it.
Yeah. So yeah, you can't really.
Right. So
do
the only one of the skills you listed there that I have is rapport.
Well, I mean, you can make an argument for another skill. I was just giving you 3 examples, so
Yeah.
but those are the most obvious things. So yeah, you can engage in witty banter and try and weasel some information out of them before they make their pitch.
Yeah, I could do that, or I'm not very good at that. I'm also not very good at perception. I think I'm just going to make a perception check to see if I notice anything interesting in the room.
Okay, sure. Yeah.
Or, relevant, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot in this room. They brought in a ton of equipment. There's also a big map on the wall with a bunch of stuff in markers and pins. Yeah.
That's a -2.
Okay. Man, this chicken's really fucking good. Man,
hell yeah.
Oh, this wine is really good too. Yeah. Do you prefer white or red? They have both, actually.
I think she prefers white wines.
It's very good white wine.
Yeah, I think this is probably the best meal she's had in months.
Oh yeah,
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, you don't remember the last time you had a meal this good. I mean, they must have they had a Michelin-starred chef on the resort. That guy must still be around and cooking for them. Yep. So Indy, what's your focus?
Is this real silver?
Of course.
You really don't spare any expense, huh? That's what I like about you two. You're not one to really, pinch pennies where it counts. Am I right?
That's true. Penny wise, pound foolish,
That's true. Oh, you've always got sayings. I love that. See, that's why I love hanging out with you, Rob. We go way back. I don't know if you remember, but I've been cleaning up your problems for a while now. At least on the island. They know when to spend money. They know the true value of things. They aren't going to cut corners when it comes to cost. And that's why we're going to get along.
Great. Yes, I did not know you were one of our I obviously had subcontractors and then subcontractors and subcontractors, and I couldn't keep track of them all. But I'm obviously I did not recognize talent, or my subordinates did not recognize talent. But that's a mistake we can rectify tonight. As you're talking to him, what is your focus? Are you going to be bantering more to try and get some information out of them?
No. I know that at some point they're going to make a business pitch to us, so I'm basically trying to narrow their price range towards the upper margin.
Okay.
By emphasizing,
quality over
very
price.
Subtly that
okay.
I'm not going to let you undercut me here.
Okay. Give me a rapport check.
Right. That is a 2.
Okay. So they are going to counter-argue with their own rapport. Yeah. Just kind of playfully, they're just playing it off and just pretending to be oblivious about it.
Of course.
And then get a 3.
Oh, yeah.
So your arguments are on deaf ears. It does not seem to.
Lawyers.
Unless you want to spend a fate point.
I'll spend a fate point.
Okay, you get an
advantage.
Thank you very
much.
We'll just call it penny wise, pound foolish. And you can bring that up at any time during the rest of this thing to get +2 on your roll. So as the second course is brought out, they say, well. Rachel sort of said, obviously, as you may recognize, this is not simply a social dinner, but we have heard a lot about your activities, and particularly when you reported to us that you had dealt with those the accelerators and their rogue chimera. And that impressed us quite a bit. And we realized that we need new business partners. Cointract needs new blood, and quite literally because I imagine a lot of management and perhaps some of the investors too have shuffled off the mortal coil. And so there's a lot of openings in our organization, and you three have the potential to become major players in our business, in our organization. But it is far from done. While you've impressed us, we are not. We are only sort of on the middle of the totem pole. There are people far more powerful than us, and you'd have to impress them. And what you have done is good, but if you can do a few more things, showing your skill in a plume, you could get more than a fee or a contract. You could get shares. You could get points. You could get a say. It really is up to you based on your actions, but it is based on your actions. We are a meritocracy, especially now. And does this interest the three of you?
What kind of say are we talking? How much of a, back and forth are we going to have? How many shares? Let's put a number on it. I ain't do this whole up in the air business.
Well, this is sort of so you are interested.
Tentatively.
Aava, are you interested as well? Or do you want to work at a higher level rather than in the trenches?
I can't say I'm not intrigued.
And Felicia, your skills would be better served in a boardroom. Actually, you are quite persuasive, I think, and I think you would be a real asset to any executive suite. Would you agree?
I mean, I'm not going to say no.
Well, good. I'm glad all three of you are interested, because
Tentatively.
Obviously, but we feel comfortable in revealing to you that this is not an accident. This is not our technology failing to perform. Rather, we have conclusive evidence that this was sabotage. And the only reason why it was sabotaged is, I regret to say, from an internal source. And
Oh, you hate to see it.
so it is our belief that there are forces inside Cointract that are, for lack of a better term, launching a coup against the board, trying to take the company by force, using the chaos of this incident to cover up their malfeasance. And we need to clean house, and we need new blood, people who are unconnected to the company before, like all three of you, to come in and secure our house. And if you can do that, well, the more you do to secure things, the more points you get. And I will tell you first off, the real test for your abilities will be, well, it's not too far from here. It's the power plant. The power plant has gone silent. And it's still delivering power, but they aren't listening to us anymore. They aren't following our orders, even though they're, owned by Cointract, and all their contracts are with the company. We need some people who are not associated with the company to go there and find out what's going on. That's where the three of you come in. All three of you are known on the island and are known as independent operators, or, in a low-level service job. None of you, and in fact, Aava, I believe you have a connection to the IT director, who is, we believe, calling the shots at the power plant. We need to find out what they're up to, and whether, now there could be that they're simply paranoid and are simply holding the power plant and making sure that no one sabotages. If we lose power on the island, I mean, it would be utterly disastrous, of course. But the other scenario is that they're listening to someone else's orders, and we need to find out whose orders and what the real plans are, and so on and so forth. So, if the three of you could go there undercover and get to the bottom of this, well, that would help us a lot, and we would give us information to let us secure the power plant. We definitely, between each of you, we'd give you, let's say 1% each of the company.
Now, is this going to be, what do we say, 1% per job, or what are you thinking here? Because
We
you
can't.
know, it sounds like. Go ahead.
Well, with 1% to secure the power plant, and after that, it really depends on what's happening. If there is a group of traitors, we need to find out who they are.
Sure.
I would say, in the best case scenario for you three, that you are the heroes of the day, and you save us from these traitors. You could each walk away with up to 5% each of this company, which would make you millionaires at a minimum, and also in demand. There would be any number of companies wanting to invest in you. You would prove in yourselves as real go-getters. You could be all three. I mean, play your cards right after that. You could all be billionaires within 5 years. But 5% each of Cointract, of the technology that is going to change the world, that could possibly be worth billions on its own.
Right. Of course, but that's the future. I don't pardon my French. I don't give a fuck about the future because, you know, I'm living in the now.
Sure. Yeah.
What do you want us to do? Is this power plant thing you're going to be your be all, end all? Or, you know, are we going to come tackling this power plant? Then you're going to come at us with, oh, but we need you to do this now, too.
Well, it all depends on what the scenario is. If
you legal types.
We can't.
Never a straight answer.
Well, we can't make plans until we have more information. Surely you understand that. But it depends on whether or not, how quickly we can secure the island. The more you help us secure, the more that your actions lead to us securing large sections of the island, the more you'll be rewarded. But the power plant is worth a point each, which is a very, very valuable point.
Hey, what are we feeling, girls?
Well, you can discuss it among yourselves, but the offer is only good for this dinner. We need to know before this dinner. But you three
before the dinner.
You can leave the room. You can go outside. Well, we'll call it tonight. Let's not in. Yeah, we'll let us know before the morning.
Yeah, we'll call you. Don't call us. All right.
Yeah.
That kind of situation.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, while Indy's talking, Felicia and Aava, you can be doing something else, either looking around, studying them, trying to figure something out. Yeah. Felicia, you can ask another question now.
Yeah. So basically, they want to like put us on this like point system where we like work into their inner circle and then they pay us money and shit like that. And I feel like we are probably going to attempt to
points would
destroy
be percentage of the company. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, I think we're going to attempt to destroy Cointract Island, and I think we will make that payout worthless.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to get money from them now.
Well, okay, you could use your question to figure out that problem, that question.
Yeah, that's what I want to burn my question on is
okay.
How can I get them to, instead of making me buy into their pyramid scheme, how can I get them to pay me real actual money we can leave the island with?
Well, they don't have any cash. You realize that's the reason why they're offering you points. It's not only to entice you, but to motivate you to want to protect the company, and because they don't have any cash. Whatever cash they had, they're using to pay the mercs, because that's how mercenaries work. This is entirely speculative.
So we would have to do their dirty work and ensure that they survive the legal battle and have control of Cointract Island for them to pay us. I don't know. I think I'm gonna text Indy, and it's like, they clearly don't have money to pay us, and I don't think they're gonna have money when they're done paying the mercs.
Indy's gonna send back a crying, laughing emoji.
The only thing that you do realize, if you want to get paid something you can take off this island, is if you can figure out where a physical asset is that they undoubtedly know where, like paintings, artwork, or other artwork, any gold, silver, hardware, or the holy grail of like loot from the island would obviously be the Chimera biotech data, which of course that might actually be too hot to handle because, you might be able to get them if you could trick them into revealing the location of something valuable, you could then steal that. But Indy, you could spend your advantage to come up with an idea.
All right, yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
so
spend that shit.
You realize there's a scenario in your head. You go to the power plant, talk to them using Aava's connection to the IT director to not be shot.
Yep.
And then whatever you find out from the IT director, you tell the twins, oh, the IT director, he needs a something to demonstrate good faith. He needs something he can then sell to someone real quick to get supplies, like from a nearby fishing boat or something. So I need something he can use to barter with. And then they'll be able to tell you where something that you could sell to a fishing boat for something. And then that's your way to prove yourself to, so basically, oh, I need this loot just to help me get into the power plant. Definitely. I don't need it.
For sure, Duff.
Yeah. So you could play along until you get to that point, but you would have to actually go to the power plant because they're going to be able to see you go to the power plant and, not get shot.
Right.
And then you could tell them whatever you wanted about that meeting, and they would be desperate to get you in the plant. So I definitely need that bag of cocaine to get in the power plant.
Listen, guys, I just need a lot of cocaine if you want me to do this.
Exactly. There probably is a lot of cocaine in this hotel alone.
I'm sure they're fucking lawyers. This is like Patrick Bateman kind of shit. There's an idea of Roger and Rachel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that would be a possible thing you could do. But what they're offering you is if Cointract, the company and the board of directors is alive at the end, they're going to give you percentages of the company, and you'll be as rich as that company is.
They're fucking insane if they think we're gonna do that.
Well, they're people who live through a world of greed and late stage capitalism. They think everybody has a price on their name. And the company's more valuable than any paltry paycheck. So are they delusional? Are they in a bubble and they don't realize what it's like to be like living like you are? Well, that's your call. But that's their pitch. Aava, while the two of them are texting each other subtly under the table, and Roger and Rachel are making their pitch, and they're really convinced that they're doing a good job doing this pitch. Aava, do you want to keep their attention, or you want to look around and kind of like figure things out, or what is Aava doing?
I think I can try and keep their attention, just like asking for more details on how much they expect this company to be worth in 5 years. And various useful things for us to know if we're actually taking the deal, but I don't actually particularly care about.
Yep.
Okay, so that's a 4.
Yeah, that's very good.
Actually, wow.
Yeah. So the what you figure out, well, you get them to reveal stuff, and you realize you do find out that they plan to basically their original plan is to Jurassic Park it only to the entire planet. Let's just sell Chimera to the entire planet. Let's sell coin tractors everywhere. They'll become so valuable and so important that will control. It'll be an entire new industry, and will be the most important company in the history of the human species. And it is their plan. And they think but they're very desperate, and they really need help from outsiders who can talk their way into the power plant, because they can't fight their way in, because then the power plant gets blown up, and that doesn't do anyone any good. So they really need you to get in that power plant. Is there anything you actually want to weasel out of them, or you just want to keep them fully distracted?
I hadn't thought that far ahead. I'm sorry.
Okay. Well, yeah, no, they can just keep distracting them, and
yeah.
All right, they're talking about the history of the marketplace and the history of technology.
God.
Yeah, they're really in a bubble. Felicia.
Ava's eyes only glaze over a little bit.
Yeah. Felicia and Indy, you can keep planning, or you can gracefully end dinner. So what do you want to do?
I was thinking I was thinking the idea where we just like con them into giving us things is probably good. So,
Yeah.
I guess what the thing I really want information on is like specifics of things that they think they need to take over Cointract Island and like get like what are the things that like we could sell to people in concept for money? Like obviously they need the power, right? Because that's why we're going to the power plant. Because everything needs to be on. But then like just having the island powered is pointless because like Cointract Island is a shit island. So like what specific things do they think is going to mean money for their company that we could maybe steal? That's what I want to know.
Okay. Yeah, I mean the thing they need more than anything else is information. So anything, you know, you can make them informants to get that. But in terms of assets, physical assets, there's going to be a lot of let's see, obviously drugs, guns, artwork on the island, jewelry. At least in the resort, there's a lot of high rollers here in these luxury suites. But in the real money might be like there is a cybernetics clinic here that is under construction, but the surgery suite is active. So there may be a supply of actually cybernetic parts, and you know they did cybernetics research here. That data is extremely valuable. You'd have to talk to Dr. Kai Lu about that. She's around. So really the most important thing would be like business secrets, like that, like if you can get them to reveal like what computers have, the kind of secrets other multinational corporations would buy at a high price, you know, like algorithms for various software apps and shit like that, you know, the cybernetic software data, the cybernetic software firmware, shit like that, that's all in the office park in various places. So passwords to get into offices and to open up, you know, encrypted computers, that kind of thing. Yeah, the IT director would know a lot about that actually. So those are going to be the biggest high ticket items that would be also transportable off the island. Dinner winds up. They let you go to make your decision. Let them know before they ask you to let them. Do you just lie and agree to it? But as you end dinner,
I think I think probably we're. Emma, are we in agreement? We're gonna lie. We're gonna lie and tell these fuck ass lawyers that we're gonna take their job or whatever.
Yeah,
or should we like finagle about it for a little?
Stuff. No, we should lie and milk them for stuff.
Okay.
All right.
I think we should like pretend haggle.
Yeah.
Like how many points this is worth.
Oh my god.
You know, like we've really bought into the thing.
We've bought in. Oy.
All right, give me
we're really excited about the points.
Give me a deception check. Let's be posed by their
easy
empathy. Oof. Just roll like shit.
So that's just roll like shit. Yeah. That's gonna be a 5.
Yeah. They seem very convinced. They're very that's great. Just head out first thing in the morning. Aava, I'm sure you can work your way into the power plant, at least be able to see the IT director. And it means so much to us. And also, congratulations on your new future. You'll within a month of now, you'll be more rich than you could imagine. And isn't that great?
I don't know. I can imagine being pretty rich.
Oh, I like this one. Yeah.
Oh my god.
So the three of you leave. Yeah.
Indy blows a raspberry.
In terms of other plot hooks, you do have the keys to a boat, a yacht, and you do have Hathor. It is now late evening on day 2, and you believe Hathor is going to launch the rocket on midnight on day 4. So, yep. You do have the keys for a boat that is near the resort. You Yeah. Indy, what are you going to sleep? Or are you going to be doing some planning, or what's Indy's next move?
Well, okay, before that,
Mhm.
don't we have like a solution for Hathor? Like we just need to take it to her, or do we need to go get the fucking boat?
You agreed to she would not launch a rocket if you can get her off the island. So you need to get the boat.
Right.
It's on the other side of the island. If you look at the map, she's in the forest.
Right.
Yeah. So
we should
yeah.
we should probably do something about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you can get that boat and you can get somebody to pilot it, you can just go around the island, go to the North Shore east of the little lighthouse, somewhere on there. Go inland, or message from there. You can message Hathor. They her. You have the phone numbers of some of her people,
Right.
and so they could just meet you on the shore, and then off you go. So, yeah. So you just need to get on. You just physically get on the boat. And get there. So that would be, that would be hours of piloting the boat around, depending on how,
So
yeah.
I think with that in mind, Indy's going to be going around trying to lift anything that she can to, like, make that journey easier.
Well, you do have money to buy like supplies. They do have a.
Hey.
Like every hotel, it has like a souvenir store and like little convenience store thing with like food and drinks, but the prices have mysteriously been jacked up like 10 times. But
Weird.
Yeah, y'all have like gotten like 50 or 60 grand worth of loot at this point. You can easily afford you can easily get a duffel bag worth of supplies.
All right, yeah, I'll get a duffel bag.
So while you're doing,
was that just like a fate point or something? Whatever.
No, you can just.
Oh no, I mean like a spend it to have a thing I need.
No, you can just buy the duffel bag too. So like, I'm just gonna say it's gonna cost like.
Yeah. No, I mean like duffel bag itself. In the future, it's just like I can spend the duffel bag.
Yeah. So just for that duffel bag of supplies. So yeah. Yeah.
The power plant is on the coast, right? Because they're using like
waves,
wave turbines and shit because they're stupid.
Mm-hmm.
And so I figured out the first thing we can con these people out of. Well, we just con them out of a boat.
Oh my god!
And then we could just give the boat to Hathor. And then it'll be trivially easy to protect, because then we can tell the lawyers, listen, we have a bunch of secrets on that boat. We need to get out of here without being searched.
Yeah.
This is my theory for how we solve that Hathor issue. Is because we won't even be lying, because Hathor is like very expensive if we were going to sell her, which we're not going to because we're not.
No, we're not going to sell Hathor. Yeah.
All right. While Felicia and Aava talking about that, Indy, you're buying supplies. And Levon Smith walks up behind you in line.
Hey,
Indy, how you doing?
I pretend that I didn't hear him.
I know you can hear me giving me the cold shoulder. Typical Indy, this one.
Once, I'm sorry, a little hard of hearing. Who are you?
Tough one, this one. But look, you're gonna wanna. Let's talk somewhere.
Well, here's somewhere.
Okay, all right. You don't care who hears you and what you did here. I think security is going to be very interested in what you did here.
Hey, always something with you. Fine, let's go talk. You got any cigarettes?
Oh sure. Well, no, I vape now. Vaping is the future.
You're fucking breathing that water into your lungs? That's not good for you.
Oh, and smoking is?
Oh, smoking's better.
Vaping's better.
Agree to disagree.
All right, so with your duffel bag supplies, you go up to a side hallway. So it's just you two. And Levant says, "Look, I offered you a job. I was real polite earlier, and you turned me down. So really, this is a little on you. It's not just on me.
Oh.
Yeah, you could have just like any other time. I've always paid you when you did work, But no, you're too good for me now. You're too good to do a job.
I'm too busy, buddy. I'm too busy. Not good. I ain't never been good. Look at me.
Well,
I'm divorced.
yeah, well, you're not gonna be too busy for this, because if you don't, you're gonna the security forces are gonna be real mad at you. Yeah, I need you. I need you to plant. He hands you a phone. I need you to plant this on a lieutenant. Let's see, Lieutenant Worthington. He's
Worthington.
he's manning one of the checkpoints down in the front lobby. He walks around a lot, easy. Just plant the phone on him, no fuss, no muss, and nobody needs to see this. Then he shows up his phone, and you see it's surveillance footage of you creeping down the hallway and going into a room, which of course you never did.
Yeah.
But this is very convincing footage. It's on their the DVRs of the security cameras, and someone which would alert them, like that hallway, that room goes into a supply closet with crucial medical supplies that people need, and if somebody would find out a bunch of very important, very expensive supplies are missing and people are going to die as a result, well, that would be really bad for you. There'd be a lot of angry people trying to find out where their medical supplies are. So, I
never would have thought it, but you've gotten sleazier since the last time we met.
Thank you. So, just plant the phone. Just plant the phone. Nobody finds out about it. Nobody talks to you. It's all good.
All right, fine. Give me the fucking phone.
Yeah, here it is. His shift ends in 82 minutes. So, good luck there.
Does this guy wear a watch?
Yeah, he wears a little smartwatch.
When he hands me the phone, can I make a burglary check to fucking lift his watch?
He has eagle eyes, so there's going to be an opposed roll.
Oh, yeah, baby, I know. Okay. Fuck this guy, though.
All right.
So I'm going to spend a fate point on that.
All right.
To make that...
you got a 4.
A 6.
Okay. Yeah, with a 6, that beats his 4. So, yeah.
Little bitch has a smartwatch, huh? Let's see what's in his contacts list. Let's see what his BPM's been.
All right.
I'm gonna pocket this and give it to Aava later so that she can be like,
oh yeah.
Okay. So you've got a duffel bag of supplies. You've got the plant phone for Lieutenant Worthington, and his shift ends in 81 minutes now. You can ask the twins for a boat. Or ask them permission to access the boat that you have the keys for. Either one, it doesn't really matter. So the three of you are. Indy, are you going to rendezvous with your two teammates?
Who do I gotta? How much time I got to plant this phone? Can I do it? I'll let them do some shit first.
Okay. Felicia, what do you want to do?
Mostly I just want to ask for that boat, and then I was trying to think if there's anything interesting that I could get for as far as my so in my stuff, do I have a so you're a cat girl now primer?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
The other thing I should have gotten is keys to that exec's room. Because they were gonna pawn me off and make me do assistant work. I want to take those up to the penthouse level or wherever it is, and go snooping around that room. Okay.
So you have your cat girl primer. You can look things up in that. All right. So you have the keys. And I forgot, where did you get the keys? I guess that doesn't matter. But yeah, they on the penthouse there are other executive suites, so you can look around. And the guards have been told that you're an okay person. You're on their side. So
There will be a cat girl coming this way.
Yeah.
Do not panic.
Yeah, do not panic. Things are normal. So you, what are you looking for in the other executive suite? The one that you had dinner in, Roger and Rachel are still there. So like,
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to go in there.
Yeah.
Just wherever I was going to be assigned to, because I was going to be assigned to like some big level exec. I want to poke around in there and see like, why do you need a fucking cat girl in here? Like, does just being in there trigger some memories, or can I find?
Okay. Yeah. Do you have investigate? Or
Yeah, I got that. I got that at 1.
All right.
Well, I guess I have all my fate points. So let's re-roll that and see if that.
Okay. Yeah.
2. I guess a 2 is okay.
2 is pretty good. Yeah, you're looking around this. You were made into you had the surgery to become a cat girl, and you're trying to figure out why. And you do know that Dr. Oss, Dr. Chaos, was very interested in you being that. And as you're looking around, you this was the suite that was also used as sort of a VIP room, so people would come in there and have drinks, and it was away from the teeming masses down at the bar. And so they have their own little bar here, including a tablet to cover paying for drinks. And as you're looking around, you find the tablet, and you have your own login. But you remember looking at you're watching over your boss, your manager at the bar, who is basically an assistant to the executives. One of actually Dr. Oss's assistants, who typed in a different login, and with a 2, you remember that login, and you're able to log in. And so you start looking around, and there's a lot of schedules. What you find interesting is there's actually a lot there. You find the calendar, and the interesting thing you find is that they were expecting you here earlier. In fact, they're having you being apparently took you longer to recover than they were planning for, and they were expecting you to be on the island. And working like last week. Dr. Oz there left a note like, this is very unfortunate. Felicia could not be here for the firmware update party.
Oh God.
We will have to make new plans.
Oh my God.
And that's
they were gonna update your firmware, babe.
This is fine, probably.
Yeah. You do have some cybernetic implants. They're very minor, though. They're more at least that's what you were told. They were more just to keep, your biology in balance. They were just like medically necessary. They were not like enhancements or anything like that. So they're very minor. You can't even see them. They're all subdermal. But they're just meant to balance your to keep from dying. Like it's. To be a cat girl kind of messes up physiology. So you kind of need some computer assistance to keep everything running ship shape. Especially with the tail.
Sure. That's Well,
Dr. Lou would know a lot about this. That's the cybernetic search. That's the doctor who runs the cybernetic clinic here. So that would be the only person who could possibly give you Aava might be able to, but Aava, Yeah. So that's the clue you figure out. Meanwhile, Aava, what are you doing?
I think I'm just kind of wandering around looking to see what kind of trouble I can get up to.
Okay.
Probably so much trouble.
Oh, for sure.
All right. Yeah, there are a lot of people here. You can actually Choppy sends you a message. Choppy has selling out. He's very low on cougar juice. And unfortunately the cougar juice is very expensive here. So he wants to order, should he stop selling, raise his prices? Well, he's already raised his prices to reflect the store. He did that automatically, but like even at those prices, he's selling out. So, is it okay to sell everything, or should he keep some of them and some of them held back just for emergencies?
Well, I will for sure tell him.
Gotta
to
keep me
hold
some of
back
that cougar juice for me.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay, so he keeps some of the cougar juice back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
I definitely don't need that to live or anything.
Oh, for sure. I think I wanna catch up with that cyberware doctor.
Okay.
If I can find her.
Yeah, she's easily found. She's actually having dinner in the restaurant, in the bar. She's very noticed because she's still wearing a lab coat and has some dried blood on it. And she does, very fatigued. She's she recognized you. Oh, Aava. You were I can't remember if we met or not, but you were scheduled to come in next week for some checkup, I believe, right?
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah. Have you already eaten?
I have, but I'd love to have a drink if you're offering.
Sure. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna say it.
Yeah. What do you want? I'll message the waiter.
She'll just ask for some kind of mixed drink. I don't know.
Okay.
I barely drink.
Get a White Claw? Can I get a White Claw?
Yeah, they have some White Claws left.
Sure.
In fact, they're actually at a discount because the refrigerator they used went bad and they can't fix it. So it's room temperature White Claw. So 50% off.
That
it is what it
is incredible.
Yeah, things are falling apart here.
It's fine.
Yeah,
it's fine.
In another few days, it's going to get ugly. Once they start having to ration supplies. I'm so glad that you made it. I've told some patients that that people people have lots of questions, of course, and I can every time they ask if how there's always patients who rebound and they thrive after prosthetic surgery, and you're like one of the first people I think of when I can't obviously don't reveal details, but people are very reassured to know that there are people like you thriving out there.
I'm always happy to be a what's the word I'm looking for? God damn it.
Well, just living your best life.
Success story,
yeah,
I guess.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I've been doing a lot of, just kind of keep an eye on the clinic is the main thing. There's a lot of people out there trying to make a quick buck, and, we've kind of had to, I've kind of had to recruit some people to stand watch over the clinic when I'm not there. But the community's pretty good. There's still some good people out there. But so the two of you get to start talking unless you want to get specific information. But
I think the only thing I want is to eventually lead the conversation to getting some maybe reinforcements or upgrades, since I've been seeing a lot more maybe stressful situations than I'm used to.
So, Dr. Luke says, they're like I said, I have a lot more parts now and because you've already had the real heart surgery, I can just augment existing parts very easily. I believe your model numbers are pretty modular. It's very easy to accessorize.
Absolutely.
Yeah. It's kind of a shame though. I wish, because there are a couple other people out like you that need help. Some of their parts are malfunctioning because it's hard to understand. There's a smaller island offshore with workers, sort of a barracks, and a lot of people up there I'm trying to get to. But if I only had a boat, I could help them out, and they could come onshore. They're just kind of stuck up there, and they could really help stabilize things, but. I don't suppose you know where a boat is, but we can. If you're looking for a particular type, I don't have my inventory memorized, but I can. If you stop by the clinic after dinner, if you want to follow me, I could just show you what I have in stock. And there's a couple things that don't take very long to attach. I mean, it really depends. So, and I'll just do it.
To.
Yeah, but if you can. make a donation, or again, I don't suppose you have a boat in your back pocket there.
I can definitely keep an eye out.
Great. Just let me know. But yeah, we can see, we can work something out. So yeah. Is there something in particular you had in mind that you were looking for?
I think I would like. Basically, I'm just using this as narrative justification to get another stunt.
Yeah.
Sometime in the future that I will declare later.
Yeah, that's fine. All right. So you're hanging with Dr. Lou. Felicia investigating that. Your past. And Indy, you're in the lobby. You can see Lieutenant Worthington. He is a prototypical someone who spent a couple years in the army and became a mercenary.
Right. Yep. All right.
So,
all right.
Yeah.
Do I have any paperwork from Roger and Rachel on hand, or any sort of official correspondence with them that I could pull up on my phone?
Messages from them. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna. What's his name?
Lieutenant. Let's see here. Weldon Worthington.
What an awful name.
Pardon me, Lieutenant Worthington. I'm so sorry to request this, but I need just a moment of your time in private, if you don't mind. I'm here on business from Roger and Rachel.
He looks very confused, but says, "Okay."
All right. Now, word on the street is, I want to give you a debrief. Things are going to be getting pretty bad coming up, right? Like you've been given the whole lowdown, right? You had a talk, I'm sure.
I've been briefed, yes.
Of course, right. Now, something Roger and Rachel are doing now is they're sending people like me around from the Interior Department to check on weaknesses in the chain of command. Not to question your authority or anything, but do you have any enemies? Anybody that could or would be interested in targeting you specifically?
Like personal enemies?
Any enemies, Mr. Worthington?
Not on the island. I don't know what. I just got to the island a few days ago. Like when the
yes, I'm aware.
Hit the fan. Everyone in my unit likes me.
Right, in your unit, but outside of your unit,
I don't know anyone outside of my unit. Like,
great. What kind of information do they have you handling presently?
I'm manning the front door, like the checkpoint, so that anyone comes in or out of the hotel has to go through. That's the security. So I know we were told that you three are now special operatives, but like I thought you were leaving to the power plant. I don't know. I'm really gonna need something. This is.
I get it. I understand. Look, right now we're sort of consider us, off the books. And the people off the books tend to be the best at cleaning because we've got that outside perspective. Now, I don't know if you know who I am, but Roger and Rachel and I, we're like this. And I put my fingers together.
Yeah. Do you want me to let someone into the hotel? Is that it?
No.
Okay.
Keep up. All right, Lieutenant Worthington.
Shaking this dude down.
Look. I just want you to think. Focus. Someone was going to be targeting you. Who would it be? If somebody wanted to take advantage of you, why would they do it?
No one on this island. Unless somebody...
You keep stressing that, on this island.
Yeah.
Is anybody off this island?
Who comes to mind? My ex-wife, but she lives in Texas.
Texas?
Yeah. And she doesn't know I'm here.
Did you just say all my exes live in Texas? Did you just say that to me, Peyton?
Well, he only has the one ex. So, yeah, she lives in Texas, and she doesn't know I'm here.
Look, I'm divorced myself. I get it. It's tough. We make enemies out of love. We don't mean to. But, it just ends up that way. Now, pardon me for talking your ear off, and I'm going to touch his shoulder when I do that.
Okay.
And with my other hand, I'm going to slip the phone into his pocket.
All right, roll deceive, or roll burglary. No, deceive, yeah.
Okay.
This is going to be posed by his empathy, which is...
He's a fucking military guy. How much empathy could he have?
Well, I mean, he's got some. He has 1, but he rolls a 0. So
Yeah, that's a 4 for me.
yeah, he's kind of not good at this. Well, I mean, he's not like he's really good at spotting things. So if it was noticed, but it's deception. So yeah, you plant the phone. Are you hitting on me? Is that it, or you just want to hit the rack before you head out into the power plant? Is that it? Because I'm down, sure. Yeah, I mean, you didn't have to go to all this effort. Like, I'm flattered, and sure, yeah, let's go. Come on, I can take.
I mean, look, I'm gonna take a rain check on that, Lieutenant Worthington. You're a big fella.
Yeah,
and that's I get it. Yeah. Let's just maybe you can buy me some drinks later. Just right now though, I'm busy. All right.
Okay. Yeah.
Keep your eyes out. All right. Keep your eyes out.
Yeah.
Don't want nobody pulling any fast ones on you.
Yeah. Yeah. Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. You tell Carly that those kids ain't mine. Yeah.
God.
All
right. This fucking guy.
Weldon's had a very tortured life. Very complicated.
Clearly.
Yeah. So, yeah. Okay. So all three at this point, Aava, you were heading to the cybernetic clinic with Dr. Liu. Felicia, you've finished looking through this room. You're pretty sure you found all you can. And Indy, you're walking away from that. So
whatever that was.
Yeah. Whatever that was. So yeah. You can so Felicia, what are you doing next?
Well, you said the doctor, the cybernetics doctor, might know what extra cat girl stuff I got was.
Yeah, you could.
So that seems like useful.
Okay.
To know.
All right, so you start heading to the cybernetic clinic, and you run into Aava and Dr. Liu.
Hey, Aava.
Which is this is a separate building. It's behind the resort, the main hotel. But yeah, it's like.
What are you doing here?
I'm headed to maybe see about getting some upgrades.
Okay, that's good because I was thinking
Dr. Liu immediately rushes into your face, starts looking at you very closely. Like, oh my god.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna give you a fate point. Give me a will save. You feel like you're being looked at like a bug under a microscope. It is extremely yeah.
Oh, that's easy. That's a 4.
Yeah. It is extremely uncomfortable, but she is looking at your tail very closely, touching it, poking you a little bit. It's like, oh my god.
This is fine.
Yeah. Wow, you're doing so well. Look at your pupil response. She takes out a tiny flashlight.
My eyes do work.
Yeah, and your how's your breathing? Very steady.
Oh my god!
Would you? Yeah. Can I feel your?
Should I be worried about my breathing?
Let me take your pulse really quick.
Okay.
Yeah. No. Good pulse. Yeah. Strong heartbeat. Strong. Yeah. Good. Yeah. Good pulse. Yeah. No rashes either. Yeah.
Rashes were a concern.
Yeah. So Dr. Luke kind of stops. I was like, you're number 7, 8. Yeah. I guess you didn't. Well. Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's just I've heard so much about the process, and I've never actually seen a cat girl in the flesh. It's amazing. And you're doing great, and that's great to hear. They really nailed it this time.
Yeah, they did. It's great.
Yeah. Yeah. You, if you're a friend of Aava's, you're a friend of mine. Yeah, come on in. Yeah. As you see, the ground floor is still. We still don't have a roof. We'll have to go downstairs. Fortunately, we did that first, and that's totally done. And we got our own generator and everything. It's a bit, lived in, but the surgical suite is actually still sterile. So, we can. So she leads you to basically it's this massive, a large building that's like halfway done. Like the walls are up, but the roof is not. It's clearly under construction. And she takes you to a middle part, and there's stairs leading down to like a armored sliding door. And she runs a key card through it, and then does a retinal scan, and then does a vocal print to unlock it. And at this point, both of you can see there's a couple of other people watching you from sort of like standing on the unfinished walls. And so, don't mind them. They're just some volunteer security. They're with me. They a lot of people really believe in this clinic. They want to make sure. Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Mhm.
So, the three of you go in, and what do you want to do first? I would love to. Is this a social call, or did you have any medical concerns? I'm sorry, I didn't get your name. I'm Dr. Kai Lu.
I'm Felicia. I'm the world's only cat girl.
Yeah.
You're crying. Only?
I don't know. I think number 4. Well, don't worry about that.
Huh?
I think they managed to stabilize her, but she's definitely in a clean room kind of thing. Anyway, yeah. So yeah.
Pretend I didn't hear that.
Yeah. But you look great. So yeah, did you have any medical concerns? Do you want Aava? Is it okay for Aava looks at actually Aava.
Yeah, Aava can be
Okay,
here.
yeah. Actually, Aava, here I have a tablet here, and you can see it's we've got like a little catalog inventory, and you can just kind of look through here and see what grabs your eyes.
Perfect. Thank you.
I know we have a new multi-tool prosthetic finger interfaces. It's got like a mind interface where you think about like pliers and the plier, and it sort of reforms to be pliers, or it's got a lot of tools that might be useful for your job. Obviously,
incredibly useful.
Yeah,
I'll definitely look over all this.
Yeah, there's a lot of things, and the little rating there, that's for stability, and that's So like the one means it's a prototype, and so can't be guaranteed to work because it's prototype, and the 5 means it's actually a production model. So
of course.
So why don't you look through that, and then I can look at Felicia. So yeah, out of character, Aava, you can either just mark off a point of refresh and say you have a cybernetic stunt waiting to deploy, or you can make up something now, and we can work through it, and sort of figure out the game.
I will.
Yeah. But yeah,
I'll just go ahead and mark off that point of refresh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Felicia. Dr. Lu turns to you and says, I would just, I'd love to just give you a little checkup real quick, make sure everything's working. Yeah. Or did you have any questions or any concerns?
Yeah. So I was supposed to follow up with the project director for my specific, cat girl iteration, but they never told me who that was. So
yeah, that's Dr. Megan Mora. She was actually supposed to be here, but she was actually supposed to show up today originally, but obviously the schedule.
Right. Yeah.
Dr. Mora, she was contracted out by Dr. Oss. And I'm not surprised you would have lost some of that paperwork or anything.
Yeah. Do you have access to her research notes? I just want to. I mean, if you're going to be taking a look at me, I want you to.
Yeah. I could
up to date.
I could. It's unfortunately I don't have a line to the outside world. Otherwise, I could just message her. She did send me some files that were encrypted, but so I can't access those. But she did send me some things that were not encrypted. So I can access those. It's the emergency first aid protocol. So, in case you were seriously injured or sick, or a whole list of symptoms of yeah.
And she sent you some encrypted stuff?
Yeah, she said they're very large files. But
You know what?
yeah.
We're trying to get a hold of Dr. Oz, so we're going to see her soon. So she probably has a way to, log into that encryption.
Mhm.
Do you think that maybe you could give me some of those files? And, when I see her, I can just have her, sign off on them. And it's encrypted, so it's not a big deal. It's like you won't get in trouble for giving them to me.
Yeah, unfortunately I can't. That's due to various contracts, I can't let them off the server without Dr. Mora's or Dr. Oss's verbal permission. They would have to tell.
Verbal. So
Yeah.
they'd have to be here in person.
Yeah, they'd have to be here in person, so I know. Well, I mean, a phone call, I guess, would work, but Mora's is off island. I didn't.
Right.
I'm not even sure if Dr. Oss is still alive. I'm going to be honest. I haven't heard from her.
I bet she seems like the tenacious sort.
Yeah, that's fair.
I bet she's fine.
Yeah, but without either of their permission, I can't. I would be very bad for me. It'd be very bad for the clinic. Yeah, lots of contracts,
Okay.
confidentiality, NDAs.
Can I use some kind of empathy? Can I use empathy on her to see what could I do to convince her to let me have these, or to let Aava take a look at them?
Okay, so yeah, give me empathy check.
6.
Damn, yeah. Just roll great.
Just roll 6s every time.
just roll 6s. So, you think she is dying to find out more about you, and she will give you the emergency first aid information. You're pretty sure you could ask for that. That would give you something for Aava to figure out. But the encrypted stuff, you would either have to impersonate one of the doctors or trick her into giving it. Or you would have, if it was a life or death matter, but it would be very hard to convince her that an encrypted file would save your life.
Can I appeal to her? Can I appeal to her curiosity and be like, we're not going to take the data anywhere, but can you, since they're files for you, like, could you just share them with Aava? Because like, I'm obviously not going to be smart enough to parse all this technical data. So can you just look through it with Aava maybe and see if there's anything important, because I want to make sure that I don't miss any of my surgeries and or things I might need, that kind of nature. Because like Dr. Oss was talking about the firmware update, and so I really need to know about that.
Oh.
And maybe that's in the encrypted file. So I mean, we're not going to take it off site,
okay.
and she's authorized to have them.
Well, there is something in the emergency first aid thing about malfunctioning cyberware. So let me look at that real quick. So she flips through the tablet. Yeah, it says, yeah, I didn't even realize you had cybernetic implants. They're all subdermal. They're all very, next generation processors, designed for concealability, bioelectric subject needs 20% more calories to power the cybernetic. Okay, yeah, okay. Okay, there's an emergency shut off for the cybernetic implants. For short terms, if you have them off for more than 2 weeks, you'll die of biochemistry imbalances. This is interesting. It's really tied into your nervous system and your adrenal system in particular, which seems unnecessary. But again, this is really advanced stuff. I mean, the encrypted files are really Dr. Moore. Moore sent them to me so I could install them on our system so she would have access to them when she, did the update. But, yeah.
Well, I mean, can we just take a look at them now? Because if there's something important, I'm here, you're here.
Well, yeah,
we could get this installed.
Without a password, you can't. Without the password, I can't. They're just encrypted. It's just I can't do anything with them. I can't. So
Man,
Aava,
I could take a look at that.
This is see if you can decrypt this shit.
Well, yeah, but I can't let you try and decrypt it either because that would be bad for the contract. Felicia, you realize if you lure her away, or like have her do a service examination, that would give Aava time to try and hack us.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. I was like, all right, can you just give me like the full physical then? Because I was supposed to get one of those when I was done with recovery, and they never gave me one.
Mhm.
So if you can just run through all of the safety, I'm sure it's going to take a while and be kind of boring,
Oh
but
no,
like
well, it's
it
fascinating. I
would
mean,
help me out a lot
yeah,
if you could just run through all the safety checks for these.
yeah, we can do through all the emergency first aid protocols, and just go through that and make sure you're healthy. Yeah, like I said, there is a way to shut it down, your cyberware temporarily, but that does put you on a clock. So we don't want to do that unless it was damaged. So I can check to see if it's
Yeah,
damaged, because have you had any like hard blows or
a
impact injuries?
couple.
Okay.
Yeah, could you just take a pretty good look at me?
Yeah.
I'm worried that I might have knocked
Okay.
something loose.
Yeah.
It's all gravel up here.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Great. Yeah. No. Let's make sure your cyberware is intact. We don't want those batteries to leak inside of you. That would be bad.
Felicia, there are
What?
batteries that could leak
Yeah, wait.
inside of me.
Hold on, what?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
What?
they're computers in you, and they need electricity. You have bioelectric processors, which are very advanced, but they're not 100% efficient. They need batteries to charge up while you're sleeping. And yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Oh, yeah, I mean, all
It's fine.
cybernetic implants have batteries in them. I mean, the same thing could happen to Aava. But Aava, is taught how to remove the cybernetics in an emergency like that. Yours are internal though, so they can't be removed without surgery.
Most of the batteries in mine are inside the cyberware itself, not my body.
Yeah, exactly. You can remove them
Right.
if your battery's damaged. But hers are subdermal, which is very.
Oh, yeah.
Usually, you just don't do
Oh,
that.
good.
You don't do that. Like it's like yeah.
Wonder why?
Yeah. So yeah. So you're doing the implant. Give me another will save there. This is going to be a lot harder because
Oh, this is easy. I'm just gonna get a 5 on that one.
Yep. It turns out just don't roll just keep rolling great.
Just
Yeah.
roll high.
Just roll high.
Just roll high.
Yeah.
Just don't feel bad about anything. Just keep on trucking. That's Felicia's got a hat with that on it. Just keep on trucking.
Yeah. So meanwhile, Aava, you rush over the computer. Give me that burglary check. Hack it.
All right. That's a 5.
Okay. So you're able to figure out the password with that, and you're able to access it. There is you realize that their encryption scheme has a fatal flaw in it, so it can be trivially solved. Yeah.
Damn, this is super out of date stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I need to update their systems.
Yeah. Security's expensive, and they got to cut costs somewhere. So
It's making your password admin003 though. I mean, like,
yeah. Well, it was just a drag and drop interface to encrypt it. So basically, it's a lot easier than proper encryption.
amazing.
Yeah. So you get in there, and you're able to copy the information while the thing is going on. You can give me one lore check for a quick analysis.
I'm starting to believe the most expensive thing in our
is my
possession
lore?
is me.
Yeah.
So my lore's 2. That's a negative. I'm gonna spend a fate point to reroll that.
Okay.
Oh, much better. That's a 4.
Okay. Yeah, with a 4. The first thing, the just skimming it really quickly as you're copying off. There's a lot of performance enhancing cybernetics in her. Really, really cutting edge, micronized. Also, like stealth implants designed to defeat detection by like X-ray scanners, MRIs. It is also so stealthy that the subject doesn't even realize they have them necessarily. Yeah, all tied into basically cybernetic enhancements that modify the subject's biochemistry to improve physical performance for short bursts, for small, but to basically go from 0 to 100 in 0.3 seconds.
Yeah, that checks out.
We've seen that.
Yep. So that's what you're able to figure out, basically. Yeah, there's a lot of shit under the hood. that Felicia was not told about, installed without her consent. And but that's all you're able to figure out in the time.
Yeah.
So yeah, Felicia, your cybernetics are all intact. They're apparently heavily reinforced, even though they're small. So yeah, it would take like something like a high caliber bullet being shot at a precise point in your body to actually damage the housing. And that would, of course, do so much catastrophic damage to your body that would probably kill you anyway. So, yay.
It's the small things that make you.
Yeah. But there's like if somebody hits you with a pickaxe in a very specific point in your collarbone, it's going to be really bad.
Wow, what a very specific example you gave.
Yeah.
I'm gonna re-encrypt those files on her computer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you have a copy on your own arm. Yep. So, Dr. Lewis as well. Okay, well, Aava, it looks like you've chosen something, so let's get to work. Yeah.
She'll point to a couple things on the table. It's like, I want this one, and this one.
Yeah, and now in terms of payment, we can put you on a payment plan, or again, I hate to keep asking, but you don't know where I can get a boat, do you?
Like I said, I can definitely keep an eye out.
Okay.
And I'm happy to take a payment plan.
Okay, we'll take a payment plan, and Alva, give me a will save real quick, because oh boy.
Oh god.
What's my will? It's a 2.
Okay. This is rolling with a +2, so let's see how it does. Well, only a 1, because just roll like shit the entire time. So yeah, it is like getting another mortgage. Only the mortgage is your own body. So yeah, cyberware expensive.
Well, I already got one of those on the cyberware originally, so whatever.
Yeah, not a problem. So
and then if we can get you a boat, and this goes away, right?
Yeah.
All right. I'll keep that in mind. We'll keep an eye out for you.
Okay. So as this is all going on, Indy, you get a message probably from Aava about where the other two are. So do you want to just go to the clinic and wait with them, or are you going to do something else?
I'm just going to go to them because I've got that watch that I want Aava to take a peek at.
Okay. Oh, yeah, the smartwatch. Okay.
Yep.
All right. So as you're doing that, you get a message from Roger and Rachel. Actually, all three of you do. The message says, "You see, we have traitors everywhere. We believe that the coup is happening." You get a PDF and a video, and the video is a surveillance video showing the mercenaries lining up for a meeting, a briefing, and there's audio. And Indy, you see Lieutenant Worthington there, and then there is a very loud phone ringing. And everyone looks at Worthington, and Worthington looks really confused. And the captain grabs the phone out of his pocket and looks at it, and then draws his gun on Worthington.
Oh,
R.I.P. Worthington.
The captain yells at the other mercs to grab Worthington. Worthington is like, "What's going on? What the fuck's happening?" The PDF report says his phone rang. He forgot to turn his phone off, and we found it with messages of him stealing supplies. He was coordinating with an unknown individual to sabotage our security defense. He sold his unit out. We're going to have to double check all of our forces. We're going to have to see what we're going to have to hunt for another mole. Who the unknown is? He said the others were collaborating with him, so we don't know who his co-conspirators were. But he was planning to shut the defenses down so an unknown force could attack the resort and kill us all. So please help us, and you will be wealthy beyond all you're imagining. So
great.
So Levant Smith, he has he's actually got a little bit of tradecraft. There are a bunch of numbers on it, but they're all just given letters and the messages are all very vague about coordinating actions and doing that thing, taking the biscuits to the bakery.
Right.
A lot of code. He was definitely coordinating. Yeah, he really stepped up his game. He's gotten a lot shadier, a lot slimier, but like, yeah,
Shit.
yeah. He was
Oh, boy.
scheming
Or
something.
like respectively so.
Yeah, yeah. So you'd be very surprised if Levant was anywhere in the resort at this point. But yeah, you've yeah. So what's all of your next moves before we? You can Felicia. Do you want to ask the twins for the boat now?
Yeah. I mean, like, we need a boat
Okay.
so we can get into the power plant.
Yeah, I would normally we have some. I assume one of you can pilot the boat?
Yes.
I think Aava has drive. Somebody does.
Okay, well, we can't. I would give you send some of our security personnel with you, but now we can't really trust them, can we?
Well, that's fine. You know,
Okay. Yeah, we'll give you a
fewer
boat.
people know that we're driving a boat around, the better.
That's true. That's true. So take this boat. He gives you a boat. You know, at there will be keys waiting for you. But I would leave now. Well, before while this reorganization, this mole hunt is going on, we'll no one will notice if you slip out and take your way out. So yeah. Is there anything? And so Claire, I assume you're telling Claire and yeah. So Choppy and Bowie and Claire meet you at the docks.
So hey, real quick, if they're giving us a boat, do we need that other boat?
I don't know. Do you? You could just give the
that
keys.
That was a question for everyone else.
Yeah.
Well, so we have whatever Hathor does with the boat. I think that nixes the boat, right?
Well,
for sure.
Yeah, she's gonna leave the island and never come back.
Exactly. And then what's her face? Lou needs the boat.
She's
probably for an extended period of time, so I assume that would also nix the boat.
Yeah.
But we've got 2 boats right now.
Yeah,
We have-
so
we
basically
have-
who...
One boat. We have a second boat that we can go get.
No, it's at
Right?
the resort. It's at the resort too.
Yeah,
so.
it's here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So we have 2 boats? Why do we have 2
we have-
boats?
Because you asked
Because
Roger. and
Felicia
Bridget.
asked for a boat.
Yeah.
You're so smart, babe.
Thank you.
Yeah. I'll continue on. Sorry, I was confused.
Okay. So yeah, the problem is you do need at least a point of drive boats are a little harder to drive pilot than a car. So you would need at least 1 point of drive. Now you could reassign skill points to know how.
Oh, I got that drive.
Okay, yeah. So
I also have drive.
yeah, okay. So
Nice.
you could each take a boat out, and one of you could go over to the meet Hathor, and give her the boat. But then you're actually both of you'd have to take the boat out because then you'd have to be picked up by you don't want to be stranded on the shore alone.
Right.
Yeah. So both of you'd have to go over there to drop it off for Hathor. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I might want to do that next time because I feel like Hathor deserves a little more screen time than just
Absolutely.
Okay.
end of session brush off.
Yeah. Well, that's how we'll start the next game is taking both boats to go meet Hathor.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Yeah. So that will be how we end the session as you're both taking the boats. First, you got to figure out how you're going to get there, which you can go around because you can either hug the island and wrap around the north way, or you can wrap around the south. So we'll figure out how you're going to get to Hathor, and then you can go back to the power plant. So. Yeah, and there's at least one other boat in the area. The boat you came in on, the Bonnie Allison. That's and who knows what other aquatic threats there might be.
Oh god.
No!
Yeah.
Are we gonna have to do a minigun section where we shoot a kraken? I've done that in 3 games now.
Do you want to have a minigun section? There can be a minigun section.
You know, it wouldn't be a Resident Evil game without a minigun section, but also none of us know how to shoot, so I feel like it would go really poorly.
It's true, but it's the end of the session. You can reassign skill points. So
Yep.
So yeah. All right. Well, those questions to figure out. So any other? So yeah, you have 2 boats now. A wealth of boats, and now you're back on a rendezvous to Hathor. And so
Yeah, before we get too far past that, I do want to appreciate the very needy noise Lydia made when we talked about Hathor needing more screen time. I think that's a good contribution.
Odd.
Look.
We're looking. So is the
We're
entire
always
audience.
Hathor's going to be very grateful. Yeah.
She's very big.
She-
And
And?
I'm a lesbian.
No shit.
Yeah, you sure are, buddy.
So yeah, we'll see how you all deal with the getting to Operation Rescue Hathor and get her off the island successfully. And yeah, we'll see how that goes. Any other questions, comments? I hope you all had fun. And yeah.
It seems like
I dug it.
we're headed into the home stretch. We got the power plant, and we got the
Well, there
whatever terrible lab exists on this island that I'm sure
there's 2
will
labs.
come up.
There's also the office park and then the VIP tower. Well, the finale will obviously be the VIP tower, as you figured out.
Mhm.
But there, yeah, it also depends on whether if you want to do any more side quests or, to get more loot or, yeah. So yeah. But it sounds like everyone's still on Team Claire. Well, you haven't figured out, what your end game is. Do you want to? Right now, you have 2 in-game potentials. You could side with Cointract and Roger and Rachel, which sounds like you don't want to, or you could help Rachel out and get rich and famous that way, or you could figure out some other thing. Because eventually, Aava, you're gonna have to deal with the IT director.
Weird.
Yeah.
Almost like I need to talk to my boss about that money he said he'd give me if I came back to the island.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. He got a little sidetracked by things. Everything happens
I'm sure
so
he's
much.
not.
Yeah.
Sure, he's not some sort of awful monstrosity now.
Yeah.
And I'm definitely getting that
Don't worry
money.
about it. Don't worry about it. Just that's how I've got through every single will save. Is I just don't worry about it. I drink my sploink, and we move on.
Yeah, I am definitely not just going to be watching Apocalypse Now before that session and taking a lot of notes.
God.
Yeah, it's
I've
definitely...
never actually seen Apocalypse Now.
Don't worry about it. Just don't worry about
Don't worry about it, Ben.
Yeah.
You'll be fine. Everything's going to be
Everything's
okay.
real normal. Kurtz is doing fine. It's okay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, Kurt's in front of the IT division. It's fine. So...
Boy, I sure hope Slam McGibbons is fine.
Yep. Oh yeah, your little buddy. Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. He's not gonna die off screen. I wouldn't. I would never deny it.
That IT truck still parked in front of the power plant.
Oh yeah.
Fantastic.
Mm-hmm. So you'll have to stay tuned for next episode to find out what happens next. But yeah, probably episode 11 is going to be the minigun episode. We'll find.
Amazing.
All right, we'll talk to you all later. Bye.
Bye, everybody.